Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Comic Book Steve here again. I just want to do a quick video for like the top 10 books I'm going to be looking for in 2015. I thought it'd be fun to kind of do this and then at the end of 2015 see if I actually um, knocked any of them off my list. These are also books I was looking for in 2014, but I started collecting late into 2014, so I really didn't have a lot of time. Giving myself a full year now. I'm curious to see if I can pick up any of these. They're not in any particular order. They're just 10 books that are the top 10 on my list. Alright, so let's get started. The first one is Transformers UK magazine, number 113. This is the first appearance of Death's Head. It is a oversized magazine style book, kind of like Rampaging Hulk or Marvel Preview, if you're familiar with those. I haven't seen any in the wild out in the U.S. Maybe that's because it was printed in the U.K. Maybe if I went to like a convention or a local comic shop in the U.K., it would be easier to find. But either way, I haven't seen this. Been having a hard time finding it online, and it's definitely high on my list. Big fan of Death's Head. I would like to get his true first appearance. Then up next we got Amazing Spider-Man number 1 from the second series, the Sunburst variant. I haven't seen this in the wild too much either. I've seen it online, but it goes for a lot more than I want to pay. I wouldn't pay more than like $5 for this, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of the John Byrne run. I just really like this cover. I like that it's a variant, so I'm sure at some point I'll be able to find it for a decent price. And then we got Amazing Spider-Man 654.1. And I guess I'd also include 654 on here. These are the first appearances of Flash Thompson as Venom. Pretty hard to find for modern books. They're pretty difficult to obtain, and I don't think I've seen any in the wild that aren't a ridiculous price. I'm really aggravated with myself for not collecting while this was coming out and picking it up. Even when I wasn't collecting, I was still picking up new Amazing Spider-Man issues that featured like a first new costume or a cool anniversary issue. And I'm a big fan of Venom, so I'm really surprised that I didn't go out of my way to grab this. And then we got Marvel Collectible Classic Avengers number 1 from the Busiek Perez run. Really awesome book here. This is the chrome cover. It is a low print run. It's probably the same as the rest of the collectible classics, around 3,000, but I'm not totally sure on that. This one, I have the Amazing Spider-Man 300 one that's super rare, and goes for a pretty penny. And this one does not go for nearly as much. This one I see buy it now is for like $50, $40, but I don't want to pay more than 20, 25 for it. So I'm trying to hold out and see if I can get it for that price. This one is the most interesting of the cheaper ones to me. There's a few X-Men Marvel Collectible Classics that have a different cover, and I think the cover on the new cover art is kind of lame. I really like this one because it is a original cover, just with the enhanced chromium. So it looks really nice. Hopefully I can find it. I've never seen it in the wild. I've never seen any collectible classics in the wild. So hopefully I can find this on eBay for a decent price. And we got Batman Sword of Azrael. Gonna go easy on myself here for this one. This one should be easy to find, honestly. But I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen it in dollar bins at this point. I'm sure there's gotta be a large amount out there in dollar bins because nobody's doing anything with Azrael and nobody really cares about him. I love the character. I think it's one of the best designed costumes in all of comics. It's a shame that they don't use him for anything. I think Jean-Paul Valley got screwed over at being part of that whole Nightfall thing. You know, they hyped him up to be this like new Batman with a new new take on crime fighting, and it was working, and you should accept him. And then as they go into Night Quest, towards the end, they turn him into like a unlikable character, so that when Bruce Wayne comes back, you're rooting for Bruce Wayne and not Jean-Paul Valley. And so they really made Jean-Paul Valley unlikable. and then even into his own series, it was pretty good, at least at the start. But then later on, they kept trying to tie him more into Batman and make him like, Azrael, Agent of the Bat, with the awful redesigned costume. It just felt really shoehorned, and the guy really didn't have his own voice. He didn't get the chance he should have gotten. And even when they relaunched the character in the early 2000s, I believe, with a new character as Azrael, it didn't really stick. So hopefully one day they can bring this guy back and do something cool with him. But either way, yeah, I'm looking for this one. This one should be easy to find. And then we got Captain Marvel number 14, the first true appearance of Kamala Khan. Hot character right now. I really want to grab this before she starts becoming even more popular and this book becomes really hard to get. Because I'm pretty sure the Captain Marvel series was never a high seller, and this one's probably got a low print run since it was near the end of the run. Invincible Iron Man 54. I was looking for this this is the first appearance of Moondragon when she's not called Moondragon though. She's called I don't even remember. Lady McEvil, something ridiculous like that. But this is a hard book to find in a good condition, even on eBay. I haven't seen many above like fair, fine. I'd like to get a high grade of this. I saw it at a convention in March. No, not March. November. Yeah, I saw it in November, but it was in like a $2 bin, but it was in really shitty condition. So I wanted to pick it up, but I hesitated and I didn't, and I'm kind of glad I didn't. I wouldn't really want it in my collection. So hopefully I can find a good copy of this. Gonna keep looking. Then we got Sensational Spider-Man number 23, the Kansas City Chiefs collector's edition. This was given out at the Kansas City Chiefs game, I guess. I don't know if it was during a year or during like a portion of a year or only at one game. But either way, it's pretty hard to find for under like $60 on eBay at least. I've never seen it in the wild. I'm tempted to make an excuse to go visit Kansas City and see if I can find a local comic shop. My wife's from China, and I know that she's interested in seeing more of the country, and I haven't seen the middle of the country. So, I mean, we probably won't do that. I mean, that seems a little over the top, and I'm sure there's not a lot to see in Kansas City. But yeah, this one's definitely difficult to find in the wild out here. Maybe I'll stumble across a good priced eBay book or eBay listing. I really like this because of the cover mostly. It's just so basic but so effective, It's that Spider-Man image. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man 400, the white edition. Don't see this in a wild either. Low print run. Again, don't see it really go for under $60 or under 50. Really, I've seen eBay buy it now for as low as like 50, 45, but I'm trying to get it for like 20, 25. Don't want to spend a ton on one book that it's just a different cover. I mean, it's really enticing because it's rare and it looks cool, and I really want it, but yeah, I don't want to spend over like $25 on it. Maybe 30. We'll see. What If 105, first appearance of Spider-Girl. I might go a little higher on this one. Might do as much as like 30, 40. But we'll see. I was hoping I can get this one for Steel nowadays, since her series isn't running now. She's not super popular anymore. She's in Spider-Verse, but only like here and there, So I was hoping I can get this for a good price, but it still goes for like 30 or more bucks, and I think I'd be okay with spending like 40 or so, maybe. But I'm gonna wait and see if I can get it for lower before I break down and buy it for a higher price. Yeah, I would love to get this though. It's been on my list for years. It just hasn't been in the range that I want or I've been comfortable with. That's about it, guys. That's my 10 books that I'm going to be looking for in 2015. We'll see if I can actually get any of them. Yeah, hopefully conventions this year are good to me and I can find a few of them. I'd really like to get that Spider-Girl one, at least, and the Death's Head one. Those are the two, I guess, the biggest ones that I want. There's a few other books I want, obviously, but those are the ones that I think are obtainable for a decent price and that I really want. I would love to have, the Death of Gwen Stacy, but that's out of my range that I'm comfortable with. And I would love to have, of course, Amazing Spider-Man #1 and all the early Amazing Spider-Mans, but those are going to be difficult to get for a good price, of course. And another one I really want that I was tempted to put on here was the Edge of the Spider-Verse 2, the variant edition, the Greg Land variant. That goes for like $150 on eBay, and I'm kicking myself for not getting it when it was first listed. Like when it first came out, I think there were listings going for like $30-$40. Never seen it in the wild. I would love to have it. Love the character, but that's just, I'm not paying over $100 for a variant cover. Just not gonna do it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching and enjoy the hunt. Happy New Year. Be safe. Don't drink and drive. Get a designated driver. Stay at home and drink. That's the best way to do it. Anyway, take care.